Hello, everyone. Welcome to the edition of the Political Rumbles. I remain the anchor Chigozie Ndibo. Yeah, on this edition, we shall be looking at the recent, uh, bombing of the railway within 48 hours. About three, railway lines have been attacked. And yet, unfortunately, for the supposed intelligent units of the DSS could not unravel, these incidents and before and even after it has been uh, perfected by the so-called militias or, the jihadist movement known as the bandits. It's very unfortunate that we are in a system where, the government, the irresponsible government, continue to exonerate itself or herself from, of course, the death of the, the worthless death, unnecessary death of the support citizens who on daily basis are taken to slaughter at will, and unfortunately the culprits have to, of course, without being arrested or apprehended under the watch of the security forces. Could it mean that there is a conspiracy, or could the government be aiding, the continued persistence of this militarized apologist whose aim and objective is to continue to kill, to destroy the indigenous people of the Nigerian states? It's very unfortunate. How could it be that, the government could not have an oversight? How could it be that the government is not in control of the territorial integrity region of the Nigerian state, as, recognized by the law that every sovereign state has control over its territorial, boundaries. But this is a different case. Uh, of course, uh, uh, Bringing Nigeria as a case study. It's very unfortunate that people continue to lose their lives. Imagine a train that will have over 1,000 passengers on board was blown up, and many were abducted and taken to unknown destinations. Was conveyed through, is it a Sienna bus or whatever? And yet their destinations is yet unknown where they were conveyed to. Remain uncertain and under the watch of the Nigerian state. Is very unfortunate and unbecoming. This clearly, by every indication, suggests that this country is a failed state, where, the supposed government cannot guarantee anymore, the protection of the life and property of the supposed citizens. It's very appalling and unacceptable. But how long will this government continue to live in denial? How long will they continue to, exonerate themselves and, find where to lay the blame rather than shouldering the responsibility of their failure? Is very unfortunate, and we do hope that a time will come when the authorities, should be able to, take a pill and tell the world that truly that they can no longer guarantee the safety and property of the Nigerian people. It's very unfortunate that we keep on losing men, civilians on a daily basis while we are not at war. We are not at full war, and but there is a silent war going on, but the Nigerian government is pretending about the fact that Nigeria is in disarray, and has been overtaken by, of course, the Boko Haram, the bandits, the terrorists. The entire north is under siege, and the northern political elites have not come to the realization that the north are under siege and much damage has been done as a result of this. The communal economic, of course, activities have been disrupted, and children are no longer, of course, safe to return to the walls of the classroom. There is no educational, of course, activities or program going on. Then what makes, of course, the society interesting or better? It's very unfortunate that the political elites, as a result of their greed and insatiable wants or quest for power, has attracted destruction to the entire northern hemisphere. It's very unfortunate, and of course, the truth is staring at the faces of all as sundry. But everyone is left, of course, at the mercy of this level of destruction of life and property is unbecoming. And how long could this be allowed to continue? What else could be, of course, considered as a necessary action? This could have informed the position of the indigenous people of Biafra to succeed, of course, from the Nigerian state, seeing that Nigeria is no longer safe for them and for their posterity. And they, of course, resort to diplomatic engagement and exploring, of course, international laws, and, of course, which recognize self-determination. Under circumstances, should this, of course, IPOB be considered to be untimely, because as it says, the time ticks. It shows that everything is set for the disintegration of the Nigerian state. The north is no longer safe, not even the west. The southwest is not safe. Of course, people are living in fear and in apprehension. They don't know what could become, of course, their fate in the next hours or in the next few minutes. It's very unfortunate. The east, you can see, has been militarized while the north is being deserted. And the militaries are not being mobilized to confront, of course, the already, of course, damaged north, but they are being mobilized to the east to continue to, of course, intimidate, kill, and destroy the life and property of the old eastern people, especially the southeastern region. Could this be allowed and to continue, rather than the DSS taking responsibility of their failure to have unraveled, of course, a nib that the bomb blast? They are rather blaming the IPOB for disrupting, of course, the Abuja Stadium. It's very unfortunate, and they keep on throwing stones where they ought not have, as a way of course, distracting people from asking them some pertinent issues. Why should the DSS, of course, departments not be scrapped? Why should they not be scrapped if they are there for, of course, not in the interest of the people? They are, of course, their service is no longer profitable to the Nigerian people, and this should be scrapped so that or moved down to the entire personnel should be relocated to the military base so that they can help in fighting insurgency. But as it stands, the truth, of course, being expressed by the, let's say, Chinua Achebe, that things indeed has fallen apart and things are no longer at ease. Millions, people in their hundreds of thousands are dying on daily basis, unaccounted for, and the government is not helping issues either. It's either way, of course, in the face of these realities, of course, disintegrate in peace or in pieces. But the fundamental issue remains: how long will Nigeria survive this calamity? Calamity on the part of the failed government, of course, that has brought so much pain, so much discomfort. People are wailing, families are being depressed, are being thrown into ruthic, experience and most excruciating pain as a result of losing their loved ones to insurgencies, to all level of criminality and the cruelty within the Nigerian sphere. It's very unfortunate that families will continue to, of course, mourn their loved ones, even while we are not in full-blown war. And those perpetrators, of course, will always have a free day to carry out their dastards and ungodly acts whenever they deem necessary, even without being, of course, stirred by the so-called security architecture. How could it be that these people continue to beat the intelligence, of course, of the security outfit to unleash mayhem to the Nigerian populace, is the supposed citizens of the Nigerian state? Of course, people are apprehensive now. Of course, moving on the road are no longer safe. The use of train are no longer safe. You see, of recent, of course, international flight was disrupted within the Kaduna airport. And you see how far these people has gone and how intelligent and how fortified and how ready and committed they are to, of course, truncate this system that has already failed not just humanity, but all asunder within the Nigerian sphere. Well, how long this will be sustained, of course, will be revealed in time. But as it stands now, everybody is in panic, even down to Aso Rock, because the next strike by these terrorists, if, of course, within 2 hours away from the Aso Rock, could successfully, of course, carry out their dastard art, it means that Abuja could be the next strike anytime, any moment. But what happens? How secured will Nigeria remain if the Nigerian military or force personnel could not, of course, interrupt or nip, of course, this crisis at the board? Of course, the truth is that the military, the security architecture have been overwhelmed. Of course, down in the east, the same issue of insecurity ravaging the entire region. Then where could be called Nigeria? Where is then safe if people could no longer, of course, guarantee, if the life and safety of the people could no longer be guaranteed by the Nigerian state? Where else should they run to? Of course, should the Nigerian state invite the United Nations so that those those regions, of course, under siege and under incessant attack, should be declared, of course, the region under UNN, so that the UN can provide adequate security for the people, rather than, of course, still relying on this failed system called Nigeria and her military. It's very unfortunate Please don't forget to let your comments express your comments in the comment section. If you're watching us for the first time, please, I want you to strike, of course, the subscription button. Continue to like our videos, share our videos. That will help us to, of course, serve you better. I remain Chigozie, the anchor of Inquest TV, in this evening political rumbles. Remain blessed until we see some other time. Bye.